This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Kohalo Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushua. Forgive me the spirit and proud to do this lesson. All right, so can two walk together lest they be agreed? We got to understand, dealing with this, the title of the lesson, this balloon challenge. And watching this balloon challenge, it actually shedded a lot of light on where we are today in society. From where the way that the women was dressed, all the way to the point where they all popped a balloon because this man said that he wanted a right. He said he wanted a God-fearing woman, and these women ain't feeling that. They ain't feeling that they got to change. They ain't feeling it. In fact, they want to grow in the wickedness that they've been able to get, according to Genesis chapter 3. Now, before we get to the video, I'm gonna pull it up anyways. But if you know, it depends on how long you've been in the truth and what you've been growing in. But when you go back to Genesis chapter 3, I guess I can share my screen and get it like this. So when you go to Genesis chapter 3, I also want to pull up the blue letter. So when you go to Genesis chapter 3, all right, so Genesis chapter 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yet have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So depending on how long you've been in the truth, you should already know this serpent is not talking about a literal snake, and this tree is not talking about a literal tree. You should know that by now, right? But it's talking about nations and doctrines. The serpent was a nation of people, and the tree was their beliefs, their doctrine, their ideologies, the way they think, the way they do stuff. Right? It says, and the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die, for God doth know in that day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. You see that? So this is the serpent in the last days. This is the serpent coming through with his promise that he made to Eve, that they will be as gods on the earth. And when you look at the earth, you even have that song by Beyonce. She got a song called Who Run the World Girls. That's a real thing. Women are ruling right now, right? Women are ruling right now. Let's just be real, right? This is the kind of stuff that we run across when women are ruling. Nothing but pure emotions, judging off emotions, right? Judging off of looks. When you go into the Bible in Sirach, it says, keep a sure watch over thy daughter. And then it tell you in Sirach 36 that a woman has to take any husband, but a man must choose his wife carefully. Why is it like that? Because women wasn't able to choose their husbands back in the ancient world. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, we're not in the ancient world. We're in the new age. Those are the kind of people that's the problem and not the solution. They're the problem. Right? Because the Bible tells us to consider the old paths. That's what it says in Jeremiah chapter 6. He says, walk ye in the old paths. So let me pull up the blue letter. Deleted it. So in the blue letter, when we go to the word God, right, in Genesis chapter 3, as soon as I'm done with this, we're going to get right into it. So the serpent told him that Eve, that she would be as gods, knowing good from evil. So let's get it. Genesis 3 and 5. It says, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as God. Look at the word. Elohim. So Elohim. Or Elohiyah. Elohiyah or Elohim. Elohiyah is just power. Elohim is powers. So it goes right back to God. It just says God, a false God, a deity. But right here it says rulers, judges, divine one, angels, Godist, works for special positions of God. You see that? And this is where we at today, where women are being treated as in God. You know, men we call them simpletons, simp ass niggas chasing after these women instead of setting the record straight and setting things in order and be like, nah, we're not dealing with women half dressed. We don't like that mentality that y'all have. We're not gonna deal with y'all until y'all get, because women are followers, bro. They naturally followers. So if you don't approve of this kind of dressing and the way that they think and do stuff, then they would have no choice but to stop. We need our women, but our women need us too. Hey, you gotta look at it like this. Even women go around the earth talking about they don't need a man, they don't need a man for shit. But who are they? How are they getting their money when they, these are the kind of women that say I don't need a man for shit, but then they using a man as a trick to get money to pay their bills. Hey, even prostitution, you need a man for that. Let's just be real. So you do need a man. You just playing this game like you don't because it gives you a sense of being a god. Like you don't need shit. You are the queen of the earth. That's the vibes they give today, right? And this is what's gonna happen when Yahweh shall come. He says there's gonna be eating, drinking, and giving in the marriage until that flood come, right? But let's watch this video.
Jairus Williams.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. And what do you do?
So I'm a Marine vet and I'm a Christian recording artist. I sing.
Nice. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what?
So we see he got the cross on his belt buckle. He said he's a Christian. He's a gospel singer. You can already tell they like, nah, I'm cool. He ain't hood enough for me. He ain't thuggish. I feel like he's not gonna protect me. That's the first thing women run to. How do I know that? Because most of my cousins is girls, and we didn't heard them say things like this before. They look at men like this as weak, and that's why I move the way I move in the truth to show our nation that you don't got to be no soft ass nigga to be in the truth. That is not facts. That is not the truth. We always had warriors. We always had austere men, starting with Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. The Bible is clear when it says that Yahweh Shah was an austere man. He was a man of authority. And that's the kind of men that women want. They don't want these soft ass niggas who feel like they can't be protected. So they run to the thuggish, gangsta-licious ass niggas thinking that that's the protection, and then they get done bad. They get 4 or 5 kids put in them, and then left. You know what I'm saying? They just need the proper guidance. Like her right here with the fishnet shirt, and then her over here with the where all of them have dress, honestly. So they ain't trying to hear nothing about no God because it's gonna require them to stop dressing the way they dressing, and we're gonna get into that too.
What are some things you like to do for fun?
I love the water. I'm a water baby, so
Okay.
I'm the only home birth out of all 8 children.
Wow.
So I love the water because I was born in the water. So
Okay.
I'm a little fishy, I'm a little swimmer, you know what I mean?
Okay. So. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
She got to be God-fearing for sure. And she got to be kind. She got to be gentle. She got to be loving. And she also got to support her man in everything that he do, just like I'm going to support you in everything that you do.
Got it. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Somebody who's not willing to listen, willing to learn, willing to grow in their relationship with God. I understand that some people may not know who God is or never have an experience with God. But if you're willing, like God expects us to be, I can rock with that.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So we did get a pop balloon.
That's all right.
Let's head on over there and see why she ended up popping. Hello. If we can start off with your name and age.
My name is Jasmine. I'm 24.
Okay. And Jasmine, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I think you're very handsome,
sure.
But it's just not really my type. But you're very handsome.
Okay.
So first and foremost, we see she judged off of the way he looked, not that he was a man of God. So we first have to acknowledge this. I want to acknowledge this first. Why is he even on this kind of show when he's already seen the history? Everybody watches balloon pop challenges, so we already see it's nothing but women that's trying to get over on a man and man that's trying to get over a woman on these platforms. So why is he even here first? Second, he gotta know, being a God-fearing man, so-called, that these women here they don't want no God-fearing man. That's a fact, and that's even in the Bible. And third, these women all are going to regret denying a God-fearing man. That's what Isaiah 4:1 is about. So all of this is going to double back, and they're going to be regretting rejecting men like that. Now, he don't have the truth, obviously. He don't have fringes on. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of things you can see, judging according to appearance. Not all the way, but he don't keep the laws of God. That's just simple. But at the end of the day, they're going to be looking for him, thinking that he's going to be able to deliver him out of in these last days, when there's actually going to be Hebrew Israelite men that's going to have, Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to pass for him, because we're going to know why it's happening. We're going to know what to do. In the hard times, physically, we're not going to know, but we're going to know to pray to the Most High when we need him, and we're going to know his name, and we're going to know what to say to him. So those are the three things. Why is he there? He should know that these women they don't want no God-fearing man coming on this platform. And how these women are going to regret it at the end. They are. It's a fact. But she based it all off looks. It said, the Bible says beauty is vain when it comes to the fear of the Most High God. Now, I was dealing with a woman, but I'm sure it's with a man too, because this is how women judge things. This is what the Bible tell you in Sirach. Let me get it. Let me pull it up right quick. Matter of fact, we're going to read it in a little bit. Let's just go.
I love the words you spoke. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And so what makes him not really your type?
I think he's really handsome. I just think that
You see that? She don't got a reason, because it was the God-fearing. The Spirit bear witness. Hey, the scripture says the same way how the tongue can taste different meats is the same way the Spirit can detect lies on somebody.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And he spoke beautiful words, and I love that, but it's just not really my thing. I think maybe the grill, maybe that.
Oh, I'm from Texas, so this is
She said, I think it's maybe the grill. That's crazy.
how we get down. So.
It's nice though.
Oh, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
Okay. And she's someone that's your type?
She's very beautiful. I don't really do a whole lot of approaching.
Okay.
So, not that I'm against it or anything like that, but she's definitely very, very beautiful. So, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Let's go to our next lady. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Alexis. I'm
Hello.
24, and I popped my balloon because, like my sister said, you're very handsome. You're, very well put together. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
It's just not like you're not bad looking. I'm just not attractive.
Okay, that's fine.
I actually like the girls too, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate it. That's okay.
All right. So I know you said you don't do a lot of approaching,
Mhm.
and they are sisters. So you said you.
Oh yeah, we definitely don't do that. I'm a man of God, so. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't say you approach them both. I
Oh.
meant say they're twins.
Oh, okay, awesome, okay.
So I know you said she was, she was beautiful, all that stuff. So
Absolutely.
is she someone that's your type as well?
Yes,
Okay.
just wasn't approach.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Let's go to our next lady here. Your name and age.
Alaya, and I'm 25.
All right. And
Hello.
Alaya, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
It's the water thing. I have a fear of the water. I can't swim to save my life, so that wouldn't be a good match for me.
I can't swim either, so.
You
I'm
can't
being
swim,
honest.
But you love the water. How
I
does
got a
that
life
work?
jacket. I stay
Okay.
with him. So I got one for you too. I had one for you.
Okay. It was
Prepared.
that. You prepared. Yeah, but it was the water thing. I thought that was like a big thing for you.
So pause, man. We can see. I mean, if you got a sharp mind, if you a man of understanding or a woman of understanding, you can tell all of their reasoning is flawed and retarded. So you telling me you're not gonna even see what this man's spirit is about and to know about him, all because he said he was a water baby, or because of his grill? You know what I'm saying? Or the one in the middle between them, the twin sister, she didn't even have a real reason. But they all is like that. They don't have a real reasoning on why. That's why we have to detect that he said he was a man of God, because we actually experience these kind of things too. Women, when you start talking about the Bible, it's a turn off to these women nowadays. because they're Babylonian women. And you can say whatever you want. That's just what it is. So this is Sirach 36 and 19. And just as the tongue can distinguish the flavors of different kinds of meat, so a sharp mind can detect lies. We see that they full of crap, man. We can clearly see it, bro. There's no way you gonna detect somebody, like even a flaw that somebody had. Let's say somebody had a mole on their cheek or something. You telling me you're not gonna see, bro? This woman could be the best woman the earth have ever seen. She could be Sarah, and you're not gonna talk to her because she got a mole on her cheek. The same way with a man. A man, he doesn't have a six-pack per se. So you're telling me you're gonna pass up on him because of that? It just don't make sense. And we can detect these lies.
It was like in your lifestyle, and I didn't want to be, intruding on that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Mhm.
It's cool.
Okay. I mean, he said he can't swim. He got a life jacket for you.
I don't know, but it seemed like he want to do a lot of water activities, and I, I don't think I can do it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is she someone that's your type?
Yes, she's very beautiful. I still wouldn't approach.
Okay.
I'm very particular.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go over here. Your name and age.
I'm Asia. I'm 25.
How you doing?
And Asia, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
No particular reason. It's just
You see that? You see that?
feel like not really my type.
Okay.
I love that what you were saying about the Lord, though, for sure.
For sure.
Resonate with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
What kind of makes him not really your type?
a little taller.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
So we got, I don't like the grill. She said maybe it's the grill. I don't know. The second girl didn't have a reasoning. The third girl said she didn't like the water. That was her reason on not, come on, bro. And then this one saying she like, shit, I don't even know. You're just not my type. Matter of fact, it's because you're not tall. Bro, come on.
Right. We hear that sometimes.
Exactly.
We can't change our height.
Hey, and you best believe on a daily basis, when you're interested in a woman, 7 times out of 10, this is what she's judging you by. She's judging you by if you tall, if you got a 6-pack, how much money you got. Everything except judging you by, dang, he's a man. He actually knows God. This is my way to get closer to God. Nah, they not thinking. They thinking everything but that. And then they be 40 years old complaining about this whole life of horror that they've been through, and they don't deserve this, and they baby daddies is deadbeat. They be having 4 and 5 different baby daddies, and then they wondering why they life going to turmoil and they living with they dog or they cat, yelling at their dog or their cat. I'm only saying it because I actually know a couple of older ladies, 50 years old, who live with their dog and no man want to deal with them. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Okay.
You know?
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay.
It's all right.
And now she's someone that's your type.
She's very attractive. Still would not approach because I'm very particular. I know what I'm looking for.
All right.
All right, thank you. So let's go on over here.
So while that's loading, we have to understand these women has been ruled, and they're taking full advantage of that. They're taking full advantage of it. We can see it clearly. This is what happens when everything is unruly, and you would just allow people to just do whatever they want, right? Because you don't hear about this. Like, if I can go to an article right now where in Afghanistan they just passed a law where women can't even read or talk in public anymore because it's considered intimate. When hearing a woman's voice, it was considered intimate in Afghanistan. Now, I think that's pushing it too far, but I get why they do that, because they looking at America like, bro, we got to do everything contrary to America. Everything, man. Women are not allowed to drive cars in other countries, Afghanistan and some other countries. Women are they're not allowed to do a lot of stuff, man. They definitely ain't allowed to dress like this. That's one of the first things that we caught wind of studying the Eastern culture is the dress code. These women over here, they dress like straight harlots, man, and they expect to be treated like a princess. Straight up, man. That's sad, man. But let's get back to it.
23.
Okay. And
Hello.
Princess, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I would say at first it was the whole cowboy thing, but I was like, that's not. But then the more I thought about it, I'm more so spiritual. I've been trying to figure out how I feel about religion. I grew up Christian and into that, but I've been figuring it out myself. So I feel like, I feel like you probably want someone who's already finding their self with God type deal.
Not necessarily. So I'm a Christian recording artist. I'm a Christian man. But my debut album is called Coming Into Faith. So it's telling my testimony. I was still in the clubs. I was still drinking, smoking, partying. I faced death and stuff like that multiple times. So I don't, judge people where they are. We can grow together if that was going to be a thing. You know what I mean? I just wanted somebody who was willing,
Yeah, I
You don't
respect
have
that.
to be like on this high level, like
Right.
super like pastor and this and that. Like, no, absolutely not.
Okay, I feel that.
hmm
Thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm 25.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You're really cute. I'm just not a fan of piercings.
Oh, that's okay.
Bruh. Piercings. Piercing. Oh my God. Do you hear their reasonings? And come on, let's be real. It's all because he said he was God fearing. He want a woman that's God fearing. Let's be real. Let's stop. Let's just pay attention, man.
That's it. I mean, yeah, it's just piercings.
Oh, okay. I respect that.
And then when they go back, when the show is over, they're gonna go in the back room and they're gonna be laughing, talking about, I don't want no nigga like that. I need me a gangster. I need a drug dealer. I need a nigga who swipe cards. That's what they'd be on. How do I know that? Because most of my cousins are girls.
And now she's someone that's your type?
She's very attractive. I know I'm saying a lot of the same things, but at the end of the day, I just still wouldn't approach. Not anything against you or anything. Like I said, I know what I'm looking for. So,
Respect.
but you are very beautiful. I want to let you know that
Thank you.
for sure.
All right, let's go over here. Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm 22.
Hello.
Hi. The reason I just feel like more like close friends. You're attractive. I like it all, but
For sure.
yeah, I'm just getting like we can have like a real good bond. Yeah.
On the same vibes.
I appreciate the friend. How she said we can be close friends and things like that. But I'm not looking for friends right now. I'm looking for love. Somebody to marry and cherish, and have kids with and stuff like that. So
Understandable.
Thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
So my name is Paris. I'm
Hello.
28. Hi. So I popped my balloon because I'm an ominous and I don't want it to get to a point where it's just like it becomes forceful in a situation. Like everything you list is cool. Like I'm like a person that I'm supportive of everything and everybody and whatever their journeys are. It's just that it's gonna always be an issue. Like in the future, like when are you going to, come back? And I kind of graduated from religion. So yeah.
okay.
But you is handsome as fuck though. I ain't finna lie. Okay.
I appreciate you. And you're very beautiful. I just wanted to say, from the bottom of my heart, God has saved me from a lot of things. Like I said, I faced death a lot of times, and He's the only one that brought me through. So I can sing. I have a gift to sing, and I'm very good at it. And so I gave it to the Lord, and He gave it back to me. And He said, go reach my people. I'm going to give you the message to convey. Now go convey.
All right, guys. So the point of the video is made. We clearly see that in this day and age, these women does not want a man of God. But all of this is going to be, what is the Most High saying? 2 Ezra 5. He said his judgment is like a ring. You know what I'm saying? What they're going to find, that the grass is not green on the other side when we come into these times of peril, right? These times of tribulation, trials, tribulation, affliction, anguish, atrocities, afflictions, whatever, anarchy, chaos. These times is coming very soon, and these women are going to need a hiding place. That's what the Bible says. And you go to Isaiah chapter 32, right? And you go to Isaiah chapter 32. In the first verse, it says, it says, behold, like it says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So we coming up on the days where a man is going to be more precious than fine gold. That's another analogy. But it says a man is going to be a hiding place from the wind. When you go to Jeremiah 51 and 1, that wind is talking about destruction. So these women have no idea. Now, I'm not talking about this man. This man can be, he's just using that as an example. I'm not saying this man is in the truth or anything like that, but this man is used as an example to like men who really follow God, because they get done the same way. They're like, you handsome, you handsome as, all outdoors. And they're like, but it's, it's your grill. You know what I'm saying? I can't do the shoes. They really do that in real life. This is real life stuff. That's why I'm doing a video over it. Because I looked at it and I was just like, wow, this is real life stuff. This is how it is. But like I said earlier, the first thing is, why even go to a place like this when you never seen, it's just not the primary place to go look for a wife. Now, I don't know if he thinking this is his time to go shine and and be a light and try to show the world that you can grab a woman from the world and bring them to knowledge of the truth. That's not always the case, man. Sometimes you got to sit back and wait for the Most High to bring you your wife, because he's customly molding her as we speak. That's a fact. If you do not have a wife, the Most High God is customly making her right now, unless you decide to go off. Then that's where the scriptures come in. Your own sins have withhold good things from you. You did that to yourself because you did not want to stay on the right path. Right? So as long as you stay on the right path and you be patient, the Lord is going to give you the wife that you want, the wife that you need and want. These women, now don't get me wrong, our women are beautiful. I tell you that in Judith. It said that the heathen said, who has such beautiful women as the Israelite woman? Let me get that right quick. We're going to go to Judith chapter 10 and GNT, 10 and 19, I believe it was. It says, I'm going to start at 18. I'm going to start at 17. They assigned 100 men to escort Judith and her slave to the headquarters of Holofernes. There was great commotion in Assyria camp as news of Judith's arrival spread from tent to tent while she stood outside the tent of Holofernes. Waiting to be presented to him, many Assyrian soldiers came and stood around her. They were greatly impressed by her beauty and wondered what kind of people the Israelites were. So they looked at her specifically and was like, damn, bro, I wonder what the other Israelite women look like. It says, who can contempt for people whose women are so beautiful? And when you look at those women on that road, bro, every single last one of them was beautiful. But their spirit was ugly, obviously. They passed up on a man of God. And these would be the same women that's on Facebook saying, where is the men of God? Where is the good men at? And they're using that as a crutch to say, this is why I do what I do, because there's no good men out. But it's all going to backfire. It says, who can have contempt for people whose women are so beautiful? They ask one another, we had better kill all the men, or else these Jews will be able to charm the world. That's how beautiful Judith was. And this is how beautiful the majority of our women is. When you look at all of these men, every single last one of these women is beautiful, man. From one all the way to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From 1 all the way to 8, they all beautiful. They all beautiful, man. They just got ugly spirits, man. And there's a reason for that. They're Babylonian women. This is what it looks like, Babylonian women. These are, I'm going to say it again, these are Babylonian women. Modern day Babylonian women. So now you can see how the ancient Babylonian women was rocking too. Like when you go to Jeremiah was in a Babylonian captivity, right? So when you go to Jeremiah chapter 44, and I ain't even going accordingly how I'm supposed to go because I have stuff in order. But when you read Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 15, this is what happened. It says, Then all the men which knew that their wives had burnt incense unto other gods. And today, to modernize it, other gods is they just doing whatever pleases their flesh. You can worship your flesh by simply doing whatever your mind tell you to do, because sometimes your mind has a mind of its own. Sometimes you'll do something, you're like, damn, why did I do that? Your mind has a mind of its own. That's why you're not supposed to obey your own mind and the lust thereof. You're supposed to actually stay in the spirit by doing what the Bible tells you to do. Right? So other gods can go into, I'm a god, I do whatever the hell I want to. Right? So it says, and all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwell in the land of Egypt and Pathros, answered Jeremiah, saying, as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, we will certainly do whatsoever, Salakia, we will not hearken unto thee, but we will do, start up, 16. As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord, we will not hearken unto thee, but we will certainly do whatever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth to burn incense into the Queen of Heaven, which goes into fertility, which goes into having sex. The Queen of Heaven, go look it up. We're going to sleep with whoever we want to. We're going to do whatever we want to, and that's the mentality of these women. For real, that's the mentality of these women. Now, I'm sure it's one or two of these women that's like, man, I don't know, I could be passing up on something good, but, I'm out here. To hell with it, I'm out here. I'm sure it's some of them that's running across their mind like, he might be a good man. But they're going to pass up on it because they want to do what they want to do. It says, and to pour out drink offerings unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals and were well and saw no evil. You see that? So they're even confirming that the men, the government, everybody is okay with what they're doing. And that's why the world is in shambles right now. Letting emotional creatures, hey, you read Sirach. I'm representing the Bible right now. The Bible tells you not to let a woman just do whatever she want to do, because she's an emotional, delicate creature. She thinks with emotions and she needs a head there to help keep her on the right track. And I'm going to show you in the Bible. And if you don't agree with the Bible, if you're thinking it's just me saying it, that means you got a problem with me. And that's cool. But the Bible says this, and I'm going to get it for you. When you go to Sirach chapter 25, right? Sirach chapter 25 and 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin. How? We went to it in Genesis chapter 3. You shall be made as gods. They took that and they didn't consider the punishment. And that's why they still have periods today. So the fact that you still have periods today, meaning you still under that curse of that punishment, which means the Old Testament couldn't be done away with, right? But it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. You're not the same way you use the restroom, you wash your hands, and you cut the knob off, especially when you're in somebody else's house. You make sure that knob is cut all the way off. You keep twisting and twisting until there's no drip coming out of that passage, that water fountain. That's the same way you're supposed to be with a woman. You're not supposed to give her no passage when it comes to being free, I'm saying. You can let your wife do whatever you want to, whatever you feel is necessary. Right? If you want to let your wife go out with her friends, hey, that's your choice. But we're talking about being free like this. I'm sure some of these girls got men at home. Some of these girls be bringing their men onto the show. And I can show you a video of that. A woman brought her dude on the show, and he trying to fight every dude that's hugging on his girl. And it's like, bro, she ain't even yours, obviously. But this is Babylon for you. This is Babylon. Horrible place, man. So it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And Solomon, the preacher, already said in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, out of 1,000 men I found one righteous, but out of women I have not found one. But here it is, this man had 1,000 wives. So why did he say that? A woman is not just going, a man is what's going to guide a woman to righteousness. That's it, being ahead. The Most High said, let the God of all flesh set a man over the congregation. meaning he's going to deal with the man. And I can get 4 or 5 precepts right now where the Most High only deals with the man. Straight up. Let me say this. Primarily deals with the man. Because he has dealt with women. But we're just in a time where it's just too much freedom to where these women have no, even a little bit to follow the Most High God. It's just talk. Like Isaiah chapter 29 and 13. They tried to make it seem like it wasn't that he was a God-fearing man and he wanted a God-fearing woman because they know how it make them look. Meaning they know that they're doing wrong. They just have the perfect excuse. All men are dogs. Men do this. Men do that. They didn't want to say, you know what I'm saying? I think she was the closest. The last one was the closest to like, man, you know what? I believe in something different. And that's in the future, it's just going to be a lot of quarreling. It's going to be a lot of fighting. Right? So out of all of them, you can slightly respect hers out of all of them. But everybody else, it was straight bullshit. It was like, what? His grill? What are you talking about? How tall he is? What are you talking about? The water? Like that had nothing to do with anything. Like if that's the case, you ain't gonna find nobody on her either. But that ain't what they was looking for. We know what they was looking for. They looking for that Cuban link chain with the pendant on it. They looking for that money hanging out his pocket. That's what they looking for. Nigga that can take them to Greece. I'm telling you, this is not the time to be marrying, drinking, and giving in a marriage. Now it's different when you come into the knowledge of the truth and you already married. It's then you coming into the Christian faith and you going on platforms like this and thinking you're gonna find a wife. That's just not happening. That's just not happening. And if you do, it's gonna be appealing to the eye. But then here it is and y'all relationship is crumbling in the first month or two because y'all not in agreement. She feel like she can go out to the club and dress like how they dress now, especially the one with the red dress on. Like it's like, what girl? What the hell do you got on? It's like nothing basically. Right? So Isaiah 29 and 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart. Hebrew word live goes back to their mind. Their mind is not on the Most High. It says, remove their mind far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. That's why they dress the way they dress, because it's men going around saying that God is, God gonna love you regardless. No matter what you do, God is gonna love you. Jesus died for your sins, so you have nothing to worry about. It's men that's going around, just like when we read in Jeremiah. It said that the women was saying that the men, the kings, the government, all the men in the cities of Judah, they all agreed to them burning incense to the Queen of Heaven. They had no problem with it, as long as they was dressed half naked, so that they can lust after them, and and they can pop them whenever they want. Because the majority of our women, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've been through this before, where you either invite a woman to your house or she invites you to her house, and you go there, and the deal is, we watch a movie and we chill. Which we know it's starting to become impossible to do now. Netflix and chill has destroyed. It's over-sexualized everything. When you hear Netflix and chill, it can't be literally that no more. It just can't. There's always some bullshit going on. And what I've experienced is women, what they do is, they put on some nighttime clothes. And when they put on the nighttime clothes, you already know what it is. You know what they want. You already know what they want, and if you don't give it to them, they will fall asleep on you. And I've been through that before. I'm serious. That's just what it is. So we're in a time where you gotta wait for the Most High to give you a wife. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I will say this: the Most High will put you in a situation where He right here, she's decent enough for you that she do need a little work. We're not negating that. Some women, they do need a little work, but these niggas be going after women that's just like, bro, what? Why do you choose her? She has no intentions of serving a God, on the Most High God. And that's why you didn't even tell her about God at all. You ain't say nothing about God. You just popped her. I know brothers who did that. I'm talking about brothers in the truth. These niggas just go and pop these women and don't tell them anything, man. They don't, no morals. Like that's your fault when you just pop a woman and you ain't tell her nothing about the Bible. Now, I'm not saying push the Bible all down her throat. But you gotta explain, I believe sex is marriage, so you know what I'm saying. That's all you gotta say for now, and show her and let her process it, and she gonna let you know if she cares about the Most High or not. She gonna let you know. That's a fact. And a lot of men know that. That's why they end up popping them first, and then they want to yell and scream at them about them not following the Bible. And then they publicly saying, "Well, I didn't know nothing about no Hebrew Israelite, or he was a Hebrew Israelite. I don't know. I didn't know that, or I would have waited." So niggas is doing that too. I wanted to bring that up. But back to my point. Why was he even there? Right? And I went into how there's a difference between, he already being, or a brother already being married, or a sister already being married and coming to the knowledge of the truth. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between that versus, you are already in the truth and you go into these balloon popping challenges, man. And when you read 1 Corinthians chapter 7, starting at 10 all the way down to 40, that help you with, it'll give a better understanding on all of this, man, when it comes to dealing with a believing wife and a non-believing wife, and how y'all can separate, and it gives you a better understanding on all that, man. And this is the kind of stuff they not trying to hear. Like, let me give you an example. Right? Let me give you an example. So in Deuteronomy chapter 22. In Deuteronomy chapter 22 and 5, right? It says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination to the Lord thy God." You really think a woman like these women out here dressed like this, that's used to dressing like this, is trying to hear that? You think they trying to hear that? Hell no, they not trying to hear that, bro. You are a turn off, explaining something like that to a woman. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, I feel free. I can do whatever I want to. And you trying to stop me and control me. That's what they're going to say. You trying to control me. It's like, what? God said you can't wear that. And then not only that, you'll get precept upon precept, because that's all we know in the knowledge of the truth is precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So it says that for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. And then when you go to Sirach chapter 15 and 13, the Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear God love it not. So if they fear God, they would not love these abominations on dressing the way that they dress. They wouldn't love it. They would be against it. When you don't love something, you don't too much care about it. So they should really be saying, you know what, the Most High said I can't do it, so I'm gonna cover myself up. That's just a fact. And this is just it was just clear cut. You know what I'm saying? In the law. When you go to Paul, and this is why we use Paul. We use Paul to get a better understanding of what the law says. We don't use Paul to say heathens can be saved and we don't got to keep the law. That is not why we use Paul, man. That's a fact. That is not why we use Paul. So let me get it. 1 Timothy. That's what I want to get. So 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braiding hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works." So there's no way that you'll be able to. You see, she literally has a cross on her neck. So, and he has a cross on his belt buckle. So I'm sure he's confused. He like, bro, what the? Like, so are you God fearing or not? What is the cross for? I don't know if the sister has a cross too. She might have a cross on her neck too. But we know that they don't do this because of God. They do it because it's just a fashion. That's just facts. It's just a fashion. But women are supposed to, there's no way you can dress to prove that you're godly. It's something that you have to do to prove that you're godly. And this is what Paul is giving details of, and he's touching on Deuteronomy chapter 22 for us, so that we can get a better understanding. Because if it say a woman shall not wear that which pertains to a man, we say pants. A lot of people, brothers, say war garments, but we say pants. So they're gonna have loophole. They're gonna look for loopholes. So Paul is giving us the details that we need. He says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. So let's go to modest apparel. Let's see what Google will show us what modest apparel look like. Right. So modest apparel. Look, this is modest apparel, all the way covered up. Now, this right here with the arms, the chest and the arms showing, that's doing too much. But you get it. Modest apparel is a dress. All of these are dresses. That's the point. Now we know, our women head wraps, dress, they covered up. They covered up fully. Some of these dresses is approvable and some of them aren't. But modest apparel is going into wearing a dress, covering your body up. The dress covers up your legs, covers up your thighs. Some women are too blessed to be covered up. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing you can say about that. You can't put her to death because she's making too much movement. If you get what I'm saying, you can't do that. You can't put her down. You can't bench her or send her to prison or anything like that because she's not getting a big enough dress for herself. You know what I'm saying? This is some women that are just blessed enough to where they can't do nothing about it. And yes, we're calling that a blessing. We Israelites, man. We know we naturally like it for some reason. We naturally like thick women for some reason. We don't know why. And we obviously can say the Most High God put it in us because he made our women thick. That's why you got heathens going to go get BBLs now because they want to be lively like our women. They want to be, our women are so lively and vigorous. Other nations' women want to be like our women. That's why they're going to get BBLs. Straight up. So it says in verse 10. So it says, modest apparel with shamefaced and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Now, it's not saying that you can't wear those things. It just says that's not what makes you righteous. Because obviously back then in the ancient world, women thought they was righteous because of how they dressed, right? And it tells you that in James 2 about rejecting somebody with gay, accepting somebody with gay clothing and rejecting somebody who has poor clothing on. Let me get it. So this is James chapter 2. 2 and 2. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. You see that? It was always like that from the beginning of time, where you would judge somebody off of how they look. That's why we're not supposed to do that. Now, for the most part, when the scriptures do say a man shall be known by his look. Like a firefighter, you're going to know a firefighter by what he got on. A prostitute, you're going to know her by what she got on. That's the symbol, but we're not supposed to solely judge somebody off of just that, because they could just be confused and lost and not knowing what to do, and you can be that guidance, man or woman. But let's keep going. So in verse 10, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. That's how you determine if a woman is godly or not. Like Dorcas in Acts chapter 10. Dorcas was known. It didn't say nothing about her looks. She was known in the scriptures. The fact that we know her name is because of the garments that she was making for the brothers. So those are goodly works that she did that made herself known. These women think what they got on is going to make them known. Now it is, but it's going to attract the wrong type of people. Right? It says verse 11. We can cut out on that. We can cut out because that's not the subject matter here. Women learning in silence and all of that. So you get the point. These are the kind of things that women know that they're going to have to adapt to if they accept men like him. Now, like I said earlier, it's not literally men like him because I'm sure he's not even keeping the commandments, right? But we're talking about men of God, period. He's just an example. They know that they're going to have to change. They know that it's going to cause them, it's going to require them to have to grow and change. And they're not trying to do it, man. They trying to stay dressed like sluts, and they trying to stay being free, doing whatever they want to, even though it says in 1 Timothy 5 and 6, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. That's what the Bible says. She's dead already. She's dead while she living. They simply just don't want to get right, man. But these be the same ones that cry about niggas and how they dogs and deadbeats, but they don't want a man with morals. Straight up, man. So let me get this. I want to get a couple more precepts. I want to get Sirach chapter 26. I'm going to get it in a GNT though, because I want this to be very clear. So Sirach chapter 26. Matter of fact, let me get it in the KJV this one. Huh? So Sirach chapter 26, and I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, "And harlot shall be counted as spittle." So it's not it's a no-brainer why these women get treated the way they get treated, because it's an energy that the Most High set on the earth, where He said, "And harlot shall be counted as spittle." You're not gonna, because that's the most sacred thing she got. But then here it is, she's opening her quiver to every arrow. And I'm talking about, like, because let's be real here. Let's just be real for a second. We're gonna be real the whole video, but let's be even more real. They still would sleep with him. They still would sleep with him. As the camera cut off, they probably still flirted with him, and some of them probably still wanted him. They just didn't want him to be their primary. They want him to be one of the side niggas, one of many of the side niggas. I'm sure the majority of these women on this line, they got side niggas, straight up. They got niggas that they deal with, but here they on the show trying to act like they innocent and single. So going back to the scripture, it says, "And harlot shall be counted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband." You see that? And this is what he came on a platform for. That's what he said. You know, I looked death in the face. He said, I was out there smoking, drinking, I was doing, he's giving his testimony, and they just wasn't trying to hear it. And the scripture says, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. She's going to keep him safe. She the one that's going to hit you up, nigga, where you at? Come home. I miss you. She's even going to send him some pictures to help him rush get home, if you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is, man. This is what women are. This is one of the many reasons women are for. It says, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Now, I hope that these women can come to their senses and come into the knowledge of the truth before it's too late. But we know the Most High is the one that's going to have to get these women in order in Babylon. And that's when in a second, we're going to get Isaiah 4:1. Because these women are going to regret it. They're going to regret doing everything that they've been doing and rejecting men of God. Straight up. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So he's going to, if this man, and it's the same way, other way around. If these men and women don't look for God to guide their relationship, they're going to keep getting deadbeats. They're going to keep getting harlots. That's just what it is. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. If you're a wicked man, nigga, you're going to get a wicked woman. You're not about to get a God-fearing woman and destroy and pollute her mind, and now she don't even have faith in God because, nigga, you doing all this extra shit. You putting guns to her and shooting at her, and you doing all this extra shit because you want to get drunk or you want to get high as hell out of your mind and do stuff that you're going to regret later. That's what niggas is doing, right? So the Most High is not about to, even if you do have, if y'all came into the knowledge of the truth and you turn into that wicked man, let me get that. Let me get that in Ezekiel chapter 3, because that happens too. We didn't heard everything under the sun, man. When you been in the truth for a good amount of time, you will hear everything. You'll be like, bro, no, please tell me this didn't happen. And yeah, it happened. But Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 20. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him. You see that? When the Most High sees a man go into sin, when he's righteous, and he start falling off and going into sin, and he's not examining himself no more, neither do he care. He start turning into a Christian. The Most High gonna lay a stumbling block in front of him, meaning he's gonna make it even harder to bounce back. That's what a stumbling block is. It's like a hurdle. I'm going to put something in front of you to make it harder for you to bounce back. That's what the Lord said. I lay a stumbling block before him. He shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin. So that man is still going to die. And his righteousness which he have done shall not be remembered. But his blood will I require at thine hand. So you have to warn them, or the blood is going to be on your hands. But the Lord said, all that righteousness that you did, it's not even going to be remembered, man, because you turned back. And in Sirach 26, it says that a sword is going to be waiting on you. Precept upon precept, man. A sword is going to be waiting on you. So going back to Sirach chapter 26 and 23, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. You see that? You have to wait for the Most High God to mold that woman for you, though. Babylon is not just birthing godly women. That's just not happening. Seminary school isn't just birthing godly women either. So how do you get a godly woman? You have to let the Most High God mold her. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18. Check this out. It says, the word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheels. That's how it go, a potter and wheels. You put this big ass lump of clay on a wheel, and it spins and it spins, and you mold it. It says, and the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. It was destroyed. So he made it again another vessel, as seemeth good to the potter to make it. See, as good, he says, so he made it again another vessel, as seemeth good to the potter to make it. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Said the Lord, behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in mine hand, O house of Israel. You see that? So the same way, man, if we can, let me see. I'm going to show the video while I'm talking. This is what he's talking about right here. So this is where the Most High God sent Jeremiah. He sent Jeremiah to a pottery where men and women, they create things out of clay because we're made out of clay. So he's giving the same analogy on how he created us as how we create pottery. A lot of your antiques is made out of clay pot. This thing is spins and he create. You see that? This is how the Most High God created us. This is how he molded us. And this is what he explained to Jeremiah. He says, go down to the pottery and look on how he creates things. Sometimes he destroys it. Sometimes he creates stupid stuff, but sometimes he creates stuff that he honors. And you see this man, he's creating whatever he wants to. He's creating whatever he wants to. And it's a beautiful thing. But this is how the Most High God created you. Straight up. And he says the same way he doing whatever he want, I can do whatever I want. So you have to, it's nothing wrong with having patience, getting yourself together, waiting for the Lord to mold you a woman. I'm telling you for a fact, I'm a living witness. The Most High will mold you a woman and hand her directly to you. You just gotta be I was diligent. I was faithful to what I was doing. I was focused, whatever you want to say. And I had patience. I was waiting. And the Most High God did that for me. All praises to the Most High God. So I'm a living testimony that this can happen for you too. And that's a fact. But it's going back to the scripture. Sirach chapter 26 and 23. But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. You see that? A godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Not he's going to go out and find. It's given to you. It says also a dishonest woman contendeth shame. Why? Because lies is always going to be detected. Like we detected they lies, and in Sirach chapter 36 explains it. The same way you can chew on lamb, and you be like, nah, this ain't ground beef right here, or this ain't chicken. you like this got to be lamb. You know, they got Chef Ramsay, and they got the meat tasting contests. They got all of that, right? Because your tongue, it tastes different meats. It gives off different signals in your mind. The same way we can detect lies. A dishonest woman contendeth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. And we seen these women sit here and lie and say, "No, it's just a grill. Oh, it's just I don't like water. Well, I don't know why I'm not attracted to you. You're just not my type. I'm an omnis. It's just all these stupid ass reasons, and we have no choice but to go back to they just don't want no God-fearing men, and they don't want to be God-fearing women. It's just fact. They all said the same exact thing. They started off with he was handsome, and they went to he's not their type. Some of them gave one more detail, and some didn't. Let's be real here. We know what it is. So these are dishonest women, though. They're not being real. So they don't even deserve this man on any kind of level. Even if it's on a lower level, he's not keeping the commandments. He wants to be a God-fearing man. Maybe the Most High might use him to come into the natural truth. Maybe he's one of the 144,000. We don't know. Let's say that. Maybe he's one of the 144,000. Not saying living that life like that, but maybe the Most High later on might bring him into the knowledge of the truth. That's what I'm saying. But it says a dishonest woman contended shame. That was a shame. That was shameful shit. That's why they couldn't look him in his face when they was telling him why they didn't like him. It was shameful. Because they knew what they was looking for too. They looking for gangster thug ass niggas. And we can go to other balloon pop challenges and see some of these same women in there giving a whole different energy. They happy, they laughing. Ooh, they doing all of that. It says, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Dressed like that, they're counted as a dog. That's shameless. That's like me going outside in just my boxers, and I just don't care what nobody say. A lot of women, Babylonian women, walk around like that in bikinis in Walmart. You're in a public place dressing like that, and there's kids in here. It's just no shame. It's elderly people in here. They shall be counted as a dog. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. You see that? And that goes back to the 1 Timothy chapter 2. They must be shamefaced. That's what he said in 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. They shall be shamefaced. Yeah, it says, verse 9, in like manner also the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety. You see that? These scriptures are going directly pinging off each other, linking together. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all. Going back to Proverbs 31. But she that dishonors him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. So a lot of women, they get like that. They get prideful. A lot of women, they get shameful and prideful in the midst of parents when it comes to respecting and reverence their husband. Reverence goes back to obedience. You're obeying him. You're respecting him. Right? And a lot of women, they get prideful and they don't want to do that in front of them. Now all of a sudden, they talking to you how they would never talk to you. It's like, wait, what is that? What are you doing that for? Like, you ain't even gotta act all like that. You can just be cool. Just be cool. But no, it seemed like their pride is pinging, and they have to show their parents that I'm still your same daughter. When that's not, the Bible is against that. When you leave your father and mother, you shall be one as your husband. Meaning, it shouldn't be a surprise that you knew this man. Let's just use this man. You knew he was a drug dealer. You got to know she's going to be involved with drugs, either doing them or helping them sell them or hiding them for him. You got to know that. If he's a God-fearing man, you got to know she's going to be a God-fearing woman because they want it. That's how it's supposed to be. But a lot of women in their pride, they dishonor their husband. Straight up. They dishonor their husband. So now, I want to get Sirach 36. But I think I want to get this in a GNT. I think this is the GNT I wanted. Check this out. So Sirach chapter 36, and we're going to start at 21. It says, a woman has to take any man as a husband. That is the law. That is our custom. That's what we did. The scripture says, marry your daughter, and so shall you perform a weightier matter. You're supposed to marry your daughter. It says, look what it says right here. Choosing a wife. It says a woman has to take any man as a husband. Because that's just how it was. The father would marry the daughter off. That's why it tell you inside right too, marry thy daughter. That's what you're supposed to do. That don't mean literally marry her. It means you choose who she should marry. Why? Because you have women like this saying, it's your grill. You're not tall enough. You like water and I don't like water. That's why that is exactly why you're not supposed to let a woman choose her husband. Because they every single last one of them skipped over he fears God. Let's say he still had a couple flaws in him. Shouldn't that be good enough? That's a beautiful start. That he acknowledges God, he wants to fear God, and he wants a woman to fear God with him. But this is why you're not supposed to let a woman marry on her, choose who she want to marry. This is simple. You don't gotta like it. And nobody cares if you don't like it. But this is what the Bible says. A woman has to take any man as a husband, whether he elderly or young, doesn't matter. If the father see fit, you have to go with him. It says, but a man must choose his wife carefully. And that's going back to this brother right here. I'm sure he wanted one of them, but his pride wouldn't let him say, hey, man, I was really interested in you. Can we have a conversation after this and see why we couldn't continue this or do something? Or I'm sure he liked it, one of them. I'm sure, and I think it was the last one because that's the one that he really wanted to give more conversation to. He wanted to. I think it was the last one. I was examining, trying to see which one that he liked the most because he kept saying he knew what he wanted already. So I'm sure it was one of them. He didn't come on the show and like, not these. Nah, it was one of these women. You just got to use discernment on which one he actually wanted because he's going to open up a little bit more to the one that he really liked. And I think it was the last one, right? But going back to Sirach. So it says, but a man must choose his wife carefully. Why? Because you stuck with her until the end. Till death do you part. That's what the Bible even says. Unless she commit adultery, brother, she can be whatever. She can be a demon, man. And you stuck with her. That's what the law say. And Paul even helped us out in Romans chapter 7. And he told us. And these are the kind of things Babylonian women of America don't want to hear also. Romans 7:1, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law. So the ones who know the law, how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. As long as a man is alive, he have to keep the laws of God. For the woman which having husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. They ain't trying to hear this. A woman is not trying to. So you telling me if he go get another wife, I gotta stay with him? So you telling me if he don't make over 6 figures, I gotta stay with him? So you telling me they just keep going? It's just stupid shit. Stupid. It's like, bro, that's stupid. So him being God-fearing ain't good enough for you? Now, I understand the nigga don't need to be living with his mama and nigga ain't got a car. That's understandable. But obviously, this man had all that and that still wasn't it. That wasn't good enough for them. Their excuses proved it. For the woman which having husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. They ain't trying to hear that. You can just imagine how many men they actually been with. And you think they just about to submit and just go with this now? Nah, that's not happening. They want to continue to deal with whoever they want to deal with, man. It says, so then if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. You see that? They ain't trying to hear that, man. She ain't even trying to hear being called an adulteress because it's going to put a whole spirit on her. It's going to make her acknowledge it. I mean, at the end of the day. And we know that their adulteress shall not inherit the kingdom of God. And they ain't trying to hear that. They want to hear no matter what they do here in their earthly vessel, they still going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's what they've been taught by the men. So it all starts with the men, bro. We shouldn't be putting up with this kind of shit, man. If they want to, just let them keep going after these gay ass, drug dealing, kingpin ass, gangsta-licious niggas, man. Let them have them. The Most High already know bro. Isaiah 4:1 ain't even came yet, and the Most High already didn't set us up with the women we supposed to be with. That's a fact. Your wives is already handpicked for you, and they're gonna be more than happy to serve you. They're gonna be more than happy. Watch. They're gonna be more than happy. You're gonna see the Most High words. We can't sit here and look at all the bad that the Most High say was gonna happen and really know that that's what the Most High said and not the good. Because the Most High God said in Jeremiah chapter 29, if I may. I think it's 29. It might be 30. 29:11. Yeah, 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord. Thoughts of peace. A woman is what? A man's peace. Thoughts of peace. So he's going to give you women that's going to give you peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end, a good end. That's what the Lord want to do. He want to give you a good end. Straight up. We just got to be patient. We got to be patient. Got to be patient. So where was I at? Let's go back to it. It says, verse 22, a woman's beauty makes a man happy. There is no fairer sight for the human eye to see. And that's why a lot of men, we admire, and we just got to be real here. We admire looking at a woman's beauty and the shape of her body. There's nothing wrong with that. But it can become a problem when you just lusting and you being a pervert. It goes from lust to being a pervert to next thing you know, you in Walmart and you following women around, and we didn't heard all this, man. Niggas actually do this, man. It says a woman's beauty makes a man happy. So these women, like I said earlier, these are beautiful women, man. Each and every last one of them, especially the two twins. But they're all beautiful. The two twins and the last one, the eighth one, they are the most beautiful, but they are all beautiful women, man. Every single last one of them. But it's their spirit that makes them ugly and unattractive. And that's just what it is, man. Yeah, she said it was his boots. She said it was the nigga boots, man. Come on, bro. His boots, something he can take off right now. That's why you choosing to skip by him, bro. Let's be real. It's because he said he was God-fearing and he wanted a God-fearing woman. Let's continue. It says, if the woman is kind and gentle in her speech, her husband is the most fortunate of men, which is not the majority of our women. They're clamorous, like it tell you in Proverbs chapter 9. Proverbs chapter 9. It says, a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. The word clamorous goes back to being loud. Loud. She just don't know how to shut up. Clamorous. Let me go back to it. Oops. Clamorous. See, it says clamorous, making a loud and confused noise, noisy, loud, vocal, rowdy, right? Tumulting, screaming, demanding. You see that? And that's most women when it goes from them being, you always hear a woman, hey, being loud as hell. It's like, girl, this is not the place to do that, man. You embarrassing us to screaming and demanding. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what you say. You're not going. You gonna stay here with me, and then the next day she go out. But niggas put up with that, so it's their fault, man. They put up with that, so it's their fault, man. So let's finish out. Oops, I need to stop sharing my screen. Let's finish this Sirach chapter 36. So it says, if the woman is kind and gentle in her speech, her husband is the most fortunate of men. When a man marries, he gets the finest thing he will ever have. You see that? And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong for going with the finest thing that you want, that you think is fine. Because I think something is fine that my brother won't think that she fine. You can have that, bro, because I don't think she as fine as you think her is. So I'll let you go for it. You know what I'm saying? That happens. So it says when a man marries, he gets the finest thing he will ever have. There's nothing wrong with that. A wife to help and encourage him. You see that? And it's nothing wrong with brothers even wanting wives, because if you keep reading, if property is not fenced in, thieves will wander in and help themselves. And if a man has no wife, he is a sign wonder. He going up and down the streets, barely sighing, hollering at everything he can and trying to get him a wife, instead of being patient and waiting on the Lord. People have no more trust in a homeless person who sleeps in a different place every night, and that's going into something else. Right? So, hey, man, Abba Ratazah, you was edified with this, man. This is not our place to be going and looking for women on these platforms. We are supposed to be growing in the spirit and waiting on the Most High God to give us what we need and want, because there's nothing wrong. You think the Most High is against what you want? He wouldn't have gave you the spirit to want if he was against it, right? And he would have already called it wickedness. Let me say that. He would have already called it wickedness. But he didn't. There's nothing wrong with getting what you want. In fact, in the kingdom, he said he's going to give you double, right? So I want to get this, though, because I didn't get to touch on this. This is going to be it right here, though. Isaiah 4:1. So Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1, it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So there's coming a time where these women are going to regret denying and not wanting to be a God-fearing woman. And it's going to get so bad out here. When things go bad, the first thing to get the hooting and hollering is women. They get the screaming and scared before children do. That's what makes the children afraid, because the women start hooting and hollering. But we coming in the days where when the women start hooting and hollering, it's going to be inbred in their mind without a shadow of a doubt that they need a God-fearing man. They need, because the world is going to know. There's no way the Most High is about to do what he's about to do, Jacob's trouble in the Great Tribulation period, and it not be known that it's him. He's not about to allow that to happen. He's going to send the angels to put in everybody's minds. He's going to do things where it's undeniable that this is God doing this. Now, we can't say every single thing. He gave us what he gave us, but we sure it's going to be more things to happen where it's just going to be undeniable that it's God doing this. It's just going to be undeniable. And these women, they're going to remember things like this, denying godly men. And this is where it's going to be slim picking for you, brother. It says, and in that day, 7 women, 7 goes back to completion, of course. It says, shall take hold of one man. The same thing, the same reason women are rejecting men, because they have multiple wives or they want to deal with multiple women. They're rejecting them for it. These is going to be the very woman that's accepting it and wanting to be a part of the team, man. Wanting to be a team player, wanting to be a sister wife. Because it says, and this is a prophecy that we're still waiting on to happen. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. How do you be called by your man's name? Simply by him going into her and they becoming married. Now, how do we know that? Ruth 4:13. Check this out. In this different translation, it says, in the New Living Translation, it says, so Boaz took Ruth into his home and she became his wife. How did she become his wife when he just took her into his home? Because he slept with her. And then it says, when he slept with her, the Lord enabled her to become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son. And it said that in all these translations, when he took her into his house, then she became his wife. That's how it's going to be in Isaiah 4:1. They're going to be saying, please, they're going to understand then, sleep with me so that I can be your wife, so that I can be under your covering. So the Most High won't look at my sins. In fact, so that I can bear children for you, because that's what it's saying. That's what Paul said. Women shall be saved in childbearing. You've been breeding children for the kingdom to come. They're going to understand all that in the times we're coming upon. Just sit back and watch. Let them do what they're doing. And you're going to see. Now, we go out there to the highways and byways and rebuke them, but that's just to say, see, we told you. That's just so the Most High, first and foremost, the Most High God's word can say, see, I told you. Now do what I told you to do. And they're going to have to cleave to the men of God. And the Most High God, he got plenty of women for you, man. I hope you know, men. I hope y'all know. Anybody that's watching, if it's one man or three men that's watching this video, it is going to be a duty to procreate. It's going to be a duty to bring your nation back, because the Most High God is going to take away 2/3. So it's going to be a duty to get it in and have children after children after children after children. So you're going to get your fair share. You're going to get your fair share. That's a fact, man. That's going to be a duty, man, to bring back, or bring more spirits onto the earth, man. Let's say that. It's going to be a duty. So you was edified, man, even if it's just a little bit, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.